What's good, everybody? My name is Mr. Peters. In today's video, we're going to be looking at perimeter and area. So I'm going to explain the quick differences in those two. So when we're talking about perimeter of a rectangle, guys, we're just talking about adding all four sides. So in this first example, when you see me filling it in, I just like to fill it in to make it an easier process, right? So we have 6 feet on the opposite side, right? And then 14 feet on the opposite side as well, because, both sides are equal to each other. So when we're talking about perimeter, all we have to do in our first problem, right? P is equal to 6 plus 6 plus 12 plus 12. So what we would say now is that perimeter, right, P is equal to 40 feet. And then that would be it. Now, the reason why a lot of students may get area wrong is not necessarily because of not knowing what to do, but we're talking about the units. So when we talk about area, we now are going to multiply that length and width that you see me highlighting. So as I look at this now, guys, understand we have, and let's switch to a different color. We have 6 feet multiplied by 14 feet. And we all know that, yes, this is going to give us 84. But what we have to remember is feet times feet is going to give us feet squared. So our answer is not just 84 feet, but it should be 84 square feet or 84 feet squared. It's kind of the same thing depending on what your teacher wants you guys to express it as or leave it as, okay? Now, that was perimeter and area of a rectangle. Now we're going to switch focus or switch shapes, and we're going to talk about the triangle. So with the triangle, perimeter is the same thing, right? P is equal to A plus B plus C, just like the Pythagorean Theorem, right? We have A, B, C. We just add all the sides together. But when we look at this problem here, did you guys notice how one of those sides is missing? So before we could actually figure out the perimeter or the area of this triangle, we're going to have to use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out what this side is. So, right, we have C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Okay, we know C squared is 17. So let's start doing this. So we have 17 squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. And once we start working out or doing the math, we're going to get 289 is equal to 64 plus B squared, right? Subtract 64 from both sides of the equation. And now we have 225 is equal to B squared. So technically what they're saying is, hey, you need to figure out what the square root of 225 is. So luckily for us, that is a perfect square. So when we're solving on paper, what we're going to do now, and let's just switch colors so this sticks out just a little bit. We're going to take the square root of both sides. So we could get the square root of 225 and we could get B squared. We could just simplify it to B. So now we know as a final answer, 15 is equal to B. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase this question mark and we're going to replace it with 15, right? 15 feet. So now when we're talking about the perimeter, right? So we say that P is equal to 17 plus 15 plus 8. And if I'm not mistaken, that should be 40 feet. All right. So we know the perimeter of this triangle is going to be 40 feet. So now what about the area? Because the formula for area of a triangle is different. So we know that area is equal to 1/2 base times height of a triangle. So very important thing, guys. There's three sides. Try not to confuse yourself or plug in the wrong value for the base or the height. So what we're understand right now is that 15 is our base, 8 is our height. Sometimes students may throw 17 in there, just rushing. So please double check, make sure that you guys plug in the right numbers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to solve in red. So area is equal to 1/2 of 15 feet multiplied by 8 feet. And the reason I included the units, feet, in there is because I want you guys to remember, hey, when we get our final answer, it should be feet squared, okay? Because some teachers, they may take points off if you get the unit wrong, okay? All right, so now we say area is equal to, and let's see, 5, 8. So 8, 5, that's 0. Yep. So 8 is equal to 120 feet squared times 1/2. I didn't do that 1/2 yet. I probably could have, yeah. Hold on, I'm sorry. So now we're going to take 1/2 of 120. So our final answer is 60 feet squared. And just before we go, what I was saying when I was stumbling on my words was this. I could have solved this differently. I could have took half of 8, right? So I could have got area is equal to 15 feet times 4 feet, right? Because we took half of 8, and we could have got the same answer of 8A is equal to 60 feet squared. So please understand, guys, there is a little bit of freedom when you are simplifying an equation or you're trying to solve an area problem like this. So if you guys found this video helpful, we're going to ask that you smash the like button for us. Leave a comment down below if there's anything that you found interesting or you learned new today. And we want to tell you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This is Algebra with Mr. Peters. Join us next time when we talk about how to multiply polynomials using the box method. Thank you.